Episode 681. Sun Shang was just about to say something, but Zhan Lulan had already made his move. He swung his sword in a draw cut, and before the blade's light had even faded, he followed up with a collapse strike. Both were low-level shared skills from the swordsman class, fast to execute, linked together like this, one horizontal and one vertical. Every angle, above, below, front, back, left, and right, was covered. But Sun Shang was no ordinary player. His character veered diagonally, the blade of a draw cut streaking forward as he charged, his battle lance thrusting out at an angle, aiming to hook Zhan Lulan right out of the air. This move was brimming with absolute confidence. If it missed, Sun Shang wouldn't have time to dodge the shockwave from collapsing mountain's ground slam. And so, that supremely confident strike indeed caught Zhan Lulan mid-air, impaling him on the spear tip before hurling him to the ground. But before he could hit the ground, a pillar of flame erupted beneath Sun Shang's battle mage. Yet he sensed it too, canceling his circle swing into a backdraft, barely dodging the blazing impact. Then, two flying kicks came twisting in from behind, aiming to tear him apart. The battle mage in midair flipped his spear and executed another backhanded sky strike. Sun Shang always pulled off these flashy, high-difficulty moves perfectly. Yi Shiro's grappler's air choke failed to catch anyone, and was knocked aside by that sky strike. Sun Shang's battle mage was about to land when the earth churned again, and another figure burst out. Deception, using Earth's core decapitation. This time, Sun Shang could not dodge. Deception burst from the earth, his blade slicing clean across the battle mage's neck. A spray of blood erupted into the air. Deception refused to let up, flipping over to land a severing strike. Both moves were lightning fast. In his haste, Sun Shang managed some reaction to the second severing strike, but he was still a beat too slow. The kick sent him flying. Sun Shang was furious. That weed deception had embarrassed him more than once already. As he tumbled backward through the air, plotting how to properly teach deception a lesson, he heard a cannon blast to the side. Lord Grimm's gun was already aimed at him. Dodging attacks in midair is extremely difficult. In fact, unless you're one of the few classes that can reposition while airborne, you can't make any significant evasive maneuvers at all. A little twist or squirm barely helps. Hearing the blast, Sun Shang could only manage a single attack, 3 anti-tank shells. He managed to detonate 2 of them, but the third slipped past his trajectory and slammed into him. The blast wave sent Sun Shang, already launched, tumbling in a new direction. He desperately wanted to touch the ground, but Zhan Lulan was already waiting for him. He read her momentum, unleashing a cross/2 blood-charged strikes that sent Sun Shang, the battle mage, hanging suspended in midair. Yishu's grappler followed right after, grabbing Sun Shang midair and slamming him into the ground, with an intensity that made it clear he wouldn't stop until he'd cratered the earth. Under a grab skill, quick recover was useless. Sun Shang landed face-first in the dirt, his fury burning even hotter. But his opponent's assault only intensified. The elementalist across the water channel roared out a thunderclap apocalypse, lightning screaming down from the sky to strike the exact spot where Sun Shang had face-planted. Where was he supposed to dodge to? After the flash of lightning, the battle mage's hair was blown completely on end. He quickly rolled to his feet and dropped into a crouch, looking like a live hedgehog.
Good. Nice coordination. Keep going.
Yishu said, taking his time to make Lord Grimm clap. Sun Shang swept his gaze across the battlefield, trying to assess the situation, but he'd only made it halfway when he heard movement behind him. These guys were too crafty. They wouldn't attack anyone within his field of view, only making moves from behind his back. Sun Shang was certainly skilled at fighting with his back turned, but fighting blind like that relied entirely on judgment, and no matter how you looked at it, the error rate was bound to be higher than facing an opponent head-on. There's no way he can keep this up. Hearing the noise behind him, Sun Shang spun around just in time to see the berserker's earth-splitting slash coming straight down at his head. Sun Shang had enough time to counterattack, but he knew that the moment he struck, someone would be coming at him from behind again. The opponent was clearly committed to this relentless chain of attacks, so this time Sun Shang chose to dodge. He hurriedly hopped to the side twice, finally escaping the full range of the Earth Splitter, while also closing in on the Elementalist ahead, ready to launch a counterattack against him first. But before he could strike, Deception had already closed the distance with a shadow clone technique, landing right in front of him.
You again.
Sun Shang was livid. That weed Deception kept sabotaging him, and he was already grinding his teeth to dust. He put the force of a smashed keyboard into his next command, unleashing a single devastating blow straight at Deception. Deception's movements were quick too. In truth, any of these players might eventually lose to Sun Shang in a direct fight, but that didn't mean they were completely helpless against him. Trading a few rounds back and forth was well within their reach. Deception didn't dodge. Instead, he stood his ground before Sun Shang, parrying with his attacks. Sun Shang grew even angrier. This weed actually dared to compete with him in skill? Where was the justice in that? Just as he was about to show off and teach this weed a lesson, his body involuntarily began to slide backward. Then he was lifted into the air. Sun Shang immediately realized what this was. Elemental Force, the Elementalist's launch skill. All 24 classes had a skill like this, each one learned automatically at level 1. It was the most basic, fundamental ability, yet every class had its own unique twist. As for the Elementalist's Elemental Force, among all 24 classes' launch skills, this one had the slowest cast time. It was actually a channeled spell, but it also boasted the largest attack range of any of them, making it practically an AoE skill. Ahead, across the sea, under Deception's cover, he secretly chanted an elemental force. Sun Shang, eager to teach Deception a lesson, failed to notice it at all. But by the time he was caught by the elemental force and tried to react, it was already too late. Behind him, a wispy, ethereal mass of energy coalesced in midair, nothing like the arrogant, crackling orb of a spellblade's lightning wave array. The moment it gave the faintest pulse, Sun Shang's battle mage was hurled into the sky, and the elemental force vanished without a trace. And Deception, standing right beside him, was he really going to let this golden opportunity slip by? Of course not. The guy just went straight for his ultimate, Shadow Dance. A flurry of afterimages burst forth, all of them lunging at Sun Shang's battle mage. Sun Shang was indeed a skilled player. He managed to parry a couple of those strikes, but Deception wasn't the only one seizing the moment. Ahead, across the sea, was already channeling a new spell. Zhan Lulan's Berserker was charging in with his greatsword raised, and Ye Shi's grappler had already locked onto Sun Shang's likely landing point, ready to snatch him out of the air. And as for Yeshu's Lord Grim, he was swinging the Myriad Manifestations umbrella, using cleric skills to heal the team, while their actual cleric, Thousand Leaves, had vanished somewhere again. Sun Shang was about to lose his mind. A mere patch of weeds had him completely on the defensive, unable to fight back.